Any questions?
You got a problem, Scott?
Okay.
Hashtag Ilima in Britain.
Ilima in Britain. You mean bringing her to Britain?
Yeah.
I'm sure she'd love it. Would love it.
She wants to come as a guest fighter. She wants to come and fight there.
Okay.
What do you say to
Why
that?
not? I mean, listen. She's a great fighter, a great champion, and it's been a long journey to get to this point. And we're starting the European tour February 9th in Newcastle. And maybe we'll invite her out there to come cage side, and maybe we'll put her out there in the European circuit at some point, you know, in the next 4 or 5 months. But if she wants to do it, listen, we came all the way to Hawaii. We can definitely go to Europe or London and do something.
Fight sports are about atmospheres. They're about emotion. They're about authenticity. Can you talk about those things that we got here tonight?
I mean, honestly, it's like this was something that will be memorable as a fight promoter. This was a magical environment, and I think you guys saw the power of, you know, Hawaii get behind her. And you know, I think that there's a couple times in my life I felt that, and I've been doing this a long time, you know, and so it was a magical night, and you know, they love her here. She's going to be a big star here.
What did you think of the walk-in?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, listen, when we do the walk-ins, we just say, look, you guys have the ability to express yourself and do what's important for you, and build your, you know, build your brand. And you could tell that her culture was important to her, and Hawaii was important to her, and it was entertaining. I loved it. I loved that the crowd knew, you know, all the chants and everything. It was just a magical night, man. I can't explain it. You had to be here to feel it.
Scott, you just teased a second ago that these nights, it's magical, and they don't happen that often. Now, your experience in combat sports is obvious. We don't need to state it here, but with your experience, can you tell us how rare and how special it is to get a headliner, much less a champion, to be successful in their market, having all those things aligned?
Yeah, and you know what? I think that the last time I heard a crowd that loud, honestly, was we had 15,000 people in San Jose Arena when Frank Shamrock fought Kung Lee. And that was, you know, a big fight for the, you know, for Strikeforce at the time. And I think half the building came for Frank, half the building came for Kung, and it was rocking. And, you know, it was rocking in here, and that's the feeling I got, man, is that the people cared about the fighters that were fighting, and, you know, here you could just feel it. They love Ilima, and I think it's because of who she is. You guys get to spend some time with her and talk to her, and man, she is really what you see is what you get, and you know, it was a special night.
Leading up, you said that the hope, the intention is to come back annually. After tonight, I mean, how much does that reinforce it?
Listen, if it was up to my staff, we'd be here every 3 weeks, you know. But you know, we have 30 fights across the planet to promote. I would definitely love to come back once a year and do something big, maybe even twice a year. But I think that we will love to continue to do the military give back show, which was last night, and tonight be the, you know, the general public show. I'd like to come back and give back to the community for in the military for all the, you know, hard work and dedication. And like I said yesterday, it was something that was really, really special to my heart, and to see the look on these guys' faces, and, you know, a lot of them are homesick, and it's the holidays, and they don't, you know, it was really humbling for me, and our guys loved it. They loved it, and so it's a win-win, and I think the whole week was fantastic, and it led to 2 great events. Last night, come on, last night was a great fight card, and this one was, you know, to me, a little bit bigger and more energetic.
You got to see the debut of Lyoto Machida in your promotion. What'd you think of your new signing?
Yeah, you know what? I love martial arts, right? And I always say we should bring martial arts back to MMA, and I think that's what you saw tonight, right? Is it was like a kickboxer fighting a karate guy, and that's styles versus styles, and that's MMA. That is part of MMA, and so I think that Lyoto had a good performance, and you know, I'm not sure if he's injured or if his nose broke, or, you know, but you know, when he's ready, yeah, when he's ready to get back in there, we'll put him back in there. And listen, I think the fight with him and Gegard at some point makes a lot of sense. That's going to be a fun fight to put together. And, you know, we have a lot of good fights ahead for Lyoto Machida.
How about Naaman Gracie and Ed Ruth? I mean, you talk about martial arts. That was like a grappling clinic out there. What do you think of that fight?
You know, I'll tell you, a lot of people thought Ed could be the dark horse in the tournament, including myself. I thought, hey, this on any given day, this guy's going to be dangerous. And I think that you saw the determination and just the indomitable spirit of a martial artist saying, hey, I am not going to lose tonight. I don't care what it takes. I'm just going to keep grinding away at this guy. And that's what he did. I think he got Ed tired. And then he went for the submission. He took Ed down. I mean, come on, Ed. Ed Ruth is a killer wrestler that comes from Penn State that's won all kinds of titles and accolades. And when I met him, he was on the U.S. Olympic team, and I think Neiman took him down a couple times, and I said, oh, the tide's going to turn here. But Ed's going to be a great fighter for many years for Bellator, and Neiman gets to move forward and then continue in the tournament.
Neiman's in a pretty cool spot because he gets to fight for a title as well, in addition to moving on in the tournament. Do you know when that title fight is going to take place, when the Roy fight? I think you said that maybe early March.
Yeah, early March.
But do you have any news on when and where that's going to happen yet?
No, but we'll probably have something next week to announce. All eyes and we're focused on here because it was obviously 2 fights back to back. A lot of infrastructure work to get all the stuff here and get the operations going here, and then all the military bases. We're working with the USO, which was fantastic. Working with MVP, which is fantastic. And so next week we'll probably have some answers for you guys on that.
And I know that you were focused here, but some things outside the organization. I mean, you're running unopposed in January now. You originally had competition with the UFC in Southern California. They've since said no or not.
Yeah.
You had a very fantastic gift that you tweeted out as well that I'm assuming was related. You didn't say, but it seemed like it was tied in.
It just looked like a very cute. I thought it was cute. It's funny.
Give us your thoughts. I mean, it's not that it hasn't happened before, but I mean, as a promoter, is it exciting to you to now know you've got the market unopposed?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, everybody has a business to run. They have a business to run, we have a business to run. And we've been going on that date for the last 3 years or however long, so everybody knows we're going to go on that date. And so, it didn't work out for them because I think, it's like, to me, it's a roster issue. Who's going to fight, And if you're going to bring somebody to fight against, like, the Fedor Bader card, and ours is free on Paramount and on DAZN, and you're going to run on pay-per-view, you better have your A game. And you know what? I just think that they just ran out of bullets. So here we are. This is not the first time. This is like, I think the second, maybe even the third time this happened on that weekend. So, it is what it is. And, for the most part, I really feel like we're just going to focus on our business and just keep running. But we have a great card on that day with the Aaron Pico fight against Corrales, which is going to be unbelievable. Jack Swagger from the WWE making his, or former world champion, making his debut in MMA, and then Archuleto's going to fight, and we'll have an opponent for him. I think, I'm not sure if we announced that yet, but and then Gegard and Fedor. I mean, it's like, come on, that's all free on Paramount. And it's our final tournament, and I think that when you look at Fedor, the greatest fighter in the history of the sport, which I think he is, against Ryan Bader, who is arguably, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters today. That's going to be a legend versus, the current champ.
Scott, you haven't talked yet about Liam Madiri. He was, I spoke to him afterwards. We talked really probably his best technical performance ever. So, what did you think of it, and what did you think of the finish? Did you have any issue with the late punch on the ground?
You know what? I'll tell you. I think that what I saw happened so fast. Listen, Liam's not trying to go in and trying to do a cheap shot on King Mo. I can tell you that right now. He's a professional. This is a big win for him, and I think that he was, when King Mo was trying to get up, he's like, oh, he's getting up. I got to follow up and start throwing, some heavy punches on him. And I think that's all it was in the heat of the moment. But I think that fight was justifiably stopped because I don't think that was going to change. It wasn't. I mean, King Mo was definitely finished in that fight tonight. I don't think it was. Should he have waited? No, I think that it was finished.
So Liam has put himself right back in the title contention with that performance. Yeah.
I think that, listen, he's right back in there. It's the best I've seen Liam look in a couple of years, right? And I heard he has a new camp, a new training partner, and he's in a new environment, so he can focus on training. And I think that you'll see great things out of Liam because he's got that reach and he's hard to deal with. He's got that reach. He can strike like nobody's business. He's an amazing fighter on the ground, and so he's got a lot to hurt you with. And I think in the past, he just had situations that got in the way, and now those situations are all clear, and he looks like a new fighter to me.
Scott, it's kind of crazy that Lima's only been doing this for 3 years. What kind of attraction, she's already huge, what kind of attraction can she become for you even outside of Hawaii?
Listen, she's been having great fights in the mainland already, and this was something that when she fought Lara, the last fight in Pechanga, she came up to me and she started, we really have to do this, and listen, to come to Hawaii you don't have to ask me twice, but I was really trying to put it together, the logistics together, and we finally put it together, and she's going to have a great career here. She'll have a great career fighting in Europe maybe and fighting for us on the mainland. I mean, I think you're looking at a very talented individual.
How important is it, though, having those? Just, obviously, it's an obvious question, but how important is it having that figurehead to be able to go into those new territories? Because presumably you couldn't have come here and maybe had as much success you had without an elite.
I mean, listen, you know, it's like looking at Anthony Joshua in the UK, right? I mean, if you have a hometown person fighting, of course it makes it easier. But you know what? It's all the circumstances have to make sense, right? And so, listen, she's from here. She's a great fighter. She's our world champion, and we'll definitely have her back here in Hawaii. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.